But that one brand had given me a lot of lot of torture, because me and my manager
सब इन्फ्लुएंसर बन गए
सब इन्फ्लुएंसर बन गया ऐसे
तो मुझे वो टैग नहीं चाहिए
मेरे को टैग नहीं चाहिए, मेरे को कंटेंट क्रिएटर बुलाओ, अच्छा लगता है सुनने तो
guys, welcome back to my podcast and it's a new year, so first of all happy new year 2023 and बहुत टाइम लगा इस सेकंड एपिसोड के लिए बट फाइनली आई एम बैक बिकॉज इसके पहले मेरे फर्स्ट एपिसोड वाज लाइव 6 months back, so that was with Vritti Khawani. She is a food and travel vlogger, so अगर आपने नहीं देखा रहेगा और आपने नहीं सुना रहेगा in all audio platforms, so link is in the description या फिर यहाँ पे आई बटन आएगा तो just click and enjoy. So this is my episode 2 of my podcast and today I have a very special guest on my show. But before that, एक छोटा सा quote है मेरे पास जो this is very relatable to me and to the person who's sitting besides me. So the quote is like, either do or write something that is worth inspiring for or reading for, or write something that is worth reading for. तो ऐसा है कि लाइफ में कुछ ऐसा करो that you love to do, not what you are forced to do in life. So same is with the person who's going to speak about his journey, how he evolved, and I know this person since 12 years or 13 years back then, and I've seen his journey, a long journey, and today he's one of the top fashion influencer of India. Without wasting any time, I would love to welcome, Thomson Sequeira. Hi, how are you, man?
Good man.
Good to see you.
So, guys, he's also a content creator and an amazing person that I've always known for a very long time. And nice to have him on the, having the same seat and they're talking about this content creation.
So, Thomson, first of all, welcome to my podcast and thank you for giving this time.
It's a pleasure.
I have been seeing your content since a very long time and you are doing absolutely brilliant in your content creation.
Thanks.
Guys, Thomson has just hit 1 million followers on Instagram. So Thomson, first of all, congratulations.
Thanks, man.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good because the entire journey has been tough.
Mm-hmm.
So I know what I've gone through and how the struggle was to get brands, to get work. Not everyone makes that effort to get there where you are right now, and this has been a very tough journey for me because there was a time where I've struggled with everything. Like getting here is a big deal for me. So
when you started with Instagram, how many followers did you have?
When I started, I had very less followers. Like you're talking about the
initial days
of the blogging. I think so. It was 2016 August is when I started.
Mm-hmm.
And all I wanted to do is create content around travel, and fashion was not in my list.
Mm-hmm.
So fashion just happened.
Mm-hmm.
Fashion was not something that I was looking forward because all I love is travel and create content.
So how much followers you must have? Like 3,000, 4,000?
Around 3,000, 4,000 followers is when I started.
So you have gone from 3,000 followers to 1 million followers.
Yeah.
And
it took time. It took time. It took 7 years
Mm-hmm.
for me. It's not something that I started during the COVID. Most of the people have started the COVID and created reels because reels came into, and the algorithm completely changed because TikTok was not there.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, honestly, it took 7 years to get here. So
wow. So my first question to you is fashion and you, how that connected? I mean, what was you doing in your initial days and how this fashion and travel thing and content creation, like how you got connected with fashion.
So basically, I had a good fashion sense anyway. So what happened is I used to work with a lot of fashion brands.
Okay.
Like I used to manage Raymond's, Color Plus, I used to manage Westside, and a lot of other fashion brands, Spiker as well. So these brands, I used to do a complete influencer marketing as well for them, for social media as well, and also handle their lot of marketing. So I know what was going on. I used to give work to the influencers at that point of time, 2014 or 2015.
So it's like you used to give work to the influencers, and now you are getting work as an influencer.
Yeah.
That's a big difference that you have achieved.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's where the idea started, because the opportunity that I saw, that there are very few male bloggers or male influencers or male fashion creators in the market as well. So the end goal was to travel and create content, but somehow I had to generate some income through somewhere where maybe the face or the fashion sense was making a lot of impact for me to getting the money or revenue running for my entire journey. So
Regarding education thing, what were you planning to do in terms of education, like, apart from fashion?
I had completed my education, so I had done my graduation, then I did my postgrads, then I did my masters as well.
But in what field?
From Whistling Woods in advertising and public relations.
Okay.
So I done with my postgrads and stuff from Whistling Woods, and then after that I started working for like digital agencies and stuff, and that is where the entire thing happened. That was a game changer for me.
Okay.
Because I started working with the influencers and content creators where I saw a complete. I started meeting them. I started getting to know how they do it, how the content creation happens, like, and how do you work with the brands as well. Like if you work with the brands, what are their actual needs or whatever actual content creation so if the brand is coming to you, how are you actually executing a campaign? This is what I learned from them, and that's how I started the entire fashion content creation.
Amazing. So you have any inspiration from where? Have you taken some inspiration from someone regarding
Back then,
yeah.
Back then there was Iwazu Beck, who I used to follow a lot. I still follow, but then someone like who was amazing, who is still an amazing content creator. And there is Q Mike. I follow his content creation a lot. There is Pac-Man now, and I follow these people to create very unique content for on their Instagram and for us, and we get influenced by these people, and this is how we create something here by looking at their content. But somewhere I also look at their content and improvise a little bit and put it here. And I also want to do very unique content creation or whatever content pieces in India, which other influencers are not doing. That is where you stand out, right?
Okay. So these are the people who gave you inspiration to do this thing and push you beyond your limit to create new content.
Yeah.
Nice. What was your parents' reaction when you started doing this and when you told them about this? Like, is there a story behind this?
Yeah. So when I started doing this, my parents, even my friends and cousins, they all were like, Thomson, what are you even doing with your life? Because you have completed your postgrad, masters, whatever, and then you want to quit your job and do this fashion content creation, which has no, it doesn't make any sense. I think so. That's not going to put any money. So at the start, there was no money. Mostly brands used to work on barter basis. Even you know that.
Yes.
So we never thought that this would be a full-time thing for influencers. And still brands come to me for barter and stuff. And this is very ridiculous because this is not something that, so we influencers started first of all, the barter thing. Because
it's like a give and take. Like, we give you the product and you just give.
I think somewhere we influencers have initiated barter collaborations because otherwise, if all influencers come together and deny working for barter collaborations, brands will eventually have to pay you because they don't have influencers to promote their brands.
Right. How, what do you think that in today's world, how is barter and paid promotion working in terms of content creation? Like, what do you think? Like, if an influencer, if a content creator is having this amount of what do you say engagement, so what that person should think, that I should continue doing some barter as well, or I should just focus on getting paid promotion and paid brands or something like that? Because there are a lot of influencers that I've seen that have no other option. That sometimes I've seen brands are forcing influencers to work under barter, even though they have a good engagement thing, or they put some clause where they change the paid into barter thing. Has that come across your? What do you think about this thing?
Like I feel that brands are paying now. Brands are paying now.
Okay.
So I think so. Most of the influencers should go for paid partnership, because what is happening is even Instagram, there's a program now where they are paying the influencers for creating certain content. And if you see, if all the influencers, as I was mentioning earlier, I was mentioning, all influencers will come together and deny the barter thing, because there will be always some influencers who want free shit. So there are influencers who want free shit. We can't help it. They are spoiling the market. So if imagine there are people who are 50, 40, 50k, 60k, 100k followers, and they are like मेरे को free में दे दे ये चीज, I want to do it. But somewhere you are making all the efforts, putting so much money in content creation, video editing, putting 6 hours of edits, doing everything for that content, and brand is asking you to do barter. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense, right? But somewhere who's 50k follower person is taking it for free and doing it for free with, I don't know how much efforts they are putting also. But someone like us are creating quality content, right? We don't want to give shit to brands. We want to give quality. So that is somewhere brands also have to decide if they want to go for quality or go for something very, irrelevant content, but they are doing it for free.
So maybe these are the people who are
spoiling the
market. They have no other option.
Imagine why would they come to you if you are asking for money with 20k followers or 30k followers, and someone with the 50k person is like taking it free. So that's
not fair.
Yeah. So somewhere we are responsible for it. Like we influencers are responsible for it.
Okay. So your Instagram username is Limitless Adventure. So how this name came?
So I literally changed this name for like 5 to 6 times, and then finally I got this name because earlier my profile when I started wanted to do is travel, but then fashion is something that I was known for. So eventually I was like, I'm not getting much travel work, even though if I'm creating travel content, and my profile has to look diverse. It has to look dynamic in sense of I'm doing fashion and travel both.
So your name should match your content.
Yeah, but somewhere indirectly I wanted brands like travel brands to come to me, and that is why
I get it.
Yeah. So even if I'm not, I've literally made it obvious that please travel brands come to me and work with me, because I really love that, and I want to create more travel work.
Because I can connect your username with my username. Like if I tell you, because my username is the Fit Wanderer.
Yeah, so you mixed both of it.
Yes,
right?
because
so you want fitness and
because I'm into fitness, I'm into traveling, I'm into vlogging. So of course, people should know, and brands should know that I am a traveler, I'm a travel vlogger, I'm also into fitness as well. So it took me time to think what username should I put, so that people should know what I'm doing and how brands will come to me. So it's very important to capitalize your username as well. Yes, I get it.
So now it is like working for me, because now they're using, the brands are literally coming to me and using Thomson now. When you put content, put limitless experience. एक काम कर limitless network है ये, तो limitless short है ये fashion. So they're using my username with and it goes with everything.
Okay.
Like even if you're doing a lifestyle brand or fashion brand or the travel brand, it goes. Even if you're doing auto brands also, it's working.
So Thomson, coming back to a very, very important question of your life, that how did this journey started from being nothing to being one of India's best, I would say, fashion influencer, because you are Mintra Squad.
Yeah, Style Squad.
Style
so,
Squad.
so Myntra Style Squad, so I have been working with Myntra since 2016. So it's been this is 7th year I'm working with them.
Oh wow!
So yeah, so
So how did the journey start from being nothing to being a Mintra Squad person?
so now the word sourcing has been used, thrifted has been used. Earlier we didn't have that. Like people couldn't get outfits or something like that just out of very cheap rate or affordable rate. I don't want to say cheap or something, but affordable rate. We didn't have it. I literally had to put half of my salary to buy outfits, to shoot them and tag all of these brands, whatever I was wearing or whatever I was styling around back in that time. And that time influencing was not much. People had not much an idea about how to do the entire process. The entire process of blogging was not there. Earlier we had to literally get the outfits, shoot it, and then showcase it. Now people, what they do? They just get it, they shoot it, they return it. I know people who do it. I know people who go to Zara, H&M and all. They have a 30-day thing. They just get it, they shoot it and return it. We didn't have it. We literally had to buy and keep those outfits for no reason. I don't know. But then if you want to build something like fashion influencing, I think so we had to do it back in time. And from nothing to answering your question, nothing to
from nothing to getting to be a Mintra Squad.
I think so. It's the quality content and the relationship with your videographers, the relationship with your team. So when I was working with them, paying them and doing the quality content was very important. I still tell people, whoever are working to get there, I tell them कि सबके साथ इतना अच्छे से रिलेशन बना के उन लोगों को पैसा दो और अच्छे से रखो, because imagine I am making you work for nothing. Would you like to keep working with me?
No. Keeping a good relationship is must.
Yeah.
People don't understand. People really do. To be very honest, I know this thing. People really don't understand that you have, if you want things to go in a smooth way, you have to have a good communication. You have to stick to that person or to that brand.
Exactly.
You have to have good communication skills and good relationship. You should know how to keep that brand, towards attracted towards you.
Exactly.
But people don't understand that.
Yeah. So same. What you're talking about is retaining the same brand again and again, but also having your team, appreciating them, making them work for the right money is very important. Around back in then, why it hit me, because you know what, I was looking at other influencers. They were literally not doing anything. They were literally taking from the phone, editing Pixar or whatever apps.
Okay.
But I didn't see much of the influencers putting those efforts to actually make the photographers shoot, pay them. What other influencers were doing is, चल फ्री में आएगा, कोलैब करेगा, but bro, तू कितनी बार उसको कोलैब करेगा, उसका फायदा क्या हो रहा है? Eventually money should hit in his account.
Yes.
If he is not earning, he's not going. See, people will make efforts when you actually pay them. Then literally sit and work on it, and they'll give you some quality.
No, he's giving his 100. He or she is giving his 100% to the brand, but he or she is not getting paid for it.
Yes.
So it's a waste of time.
Exactly.
There's a thing that there's a limit where you do barter things. No, not an issue. You take an experience of doing barter thing, but once वो एक बार वो limitation cross हो जाए ना, so you have to think that नहीं, I need to get paid.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Anish, I've literally given them the product also, and I've given them money also.
Okay.
But give me the quality or whatever references from Pinterest I've found. I want the same shot, same edit, same tone.
You have given money from your own pocket.
Yeah, not the brands. Whatever brands I did back then was on barter only.
Okay.
Because तभी वो paid वाला scene ही नहीं था.
But to shoot content to the videographer or whomsoever, you have to give it from your pocket.
Yeah. literally from the pocket. Plus, I used to give them the product, so they were very happy. So they were very happy. So I was telling them, मुझे ये content चाहिए, ये perfect toning जो भी है, पूरा perfect वैसे का वैसे ही चीजें चाहिए. Like give me the exact same thing. You want money, I'll give you. If you want the product, you take the product home. Headphone चाहिए, जो भी वो आया है सब लेके जाओ. मतलब watch आया, watch लेके जाओ. But give me that same, because at that point of time, the only thought was coming in my mind is I want to play a longer game. For the longer game, you need quality. And if you need that quality on that field, brands will come to you and they will pay you.
That's a point.
This is a longer
It's a
game.
point.
It's a longer game. People just, if people, other influencers are working for a short lived life, then they're not focusing on the quality.
Thomson, you spoke about a word, appreciation. Now, I know because myself being a content creator and a blogger, and you being also a content creator, very honestly tell me, how many people have appreciated your work? Like, to be very honest, because I know this answer, but still I want to have your point of view on this. Like you started doing your thing and you started posting, you started sharing to your friends. Out of like you share it to 10 friends, 15 friends. Out of those people, how many genuine you got genuine compliments or you got appreciation from? Like, to be very honest.
In the start, there was no appreciation. Obviously, people used to think that I'm just doing some time pass or just shooting for no sake. So in the start, they thought that I'm just doing some shit which has nothing, no value, nothing to go ahead with. Like they thought I'm just doing something that I like and I'm just going and doing that shit. They should just think it's just a time pass thing, he's just doing, and I don't know what he's up to also. Like earlier stages were that, and they used to criticize. Obviously, they used to criticize about.
I'll come on this criticism point as well, but
yeah. So there is very less appreciation. This self-motivation is something that I've gotten in it. Like, and later on,
but still, people now at this stage.
Yeah, at this stage, yeah.
But what do you think? People appreciate genuinely, or people appreciate because they know they can take advantage from you as well, because now you are at a top level? What do you think? Have you experienced that?
This is a very tricky question, but sometimes I can figure out if people want to take advantage. There must be people
who must have taken advantage because you are at a certain level right now, because when you said like at initial stage there was no one asking you, now you are at a stage where if people come to you, they can take contacts from you, they can work with you or something like that, like not on a genuine basis, but just you are there, I'm taking some of your advantage and I'm disciplined. So have you come across that sort of thing?
I think so. I've come across people like that who have taken advantage and stayed also, and then they stayed and they took more of it, and then later on it's like a Thomson, you're just a giver, stop doing that, and then there's a limit where you stop it, and that phase has also happened.
So you've gone through that phase, right? But now, if I ask you about criticism, now criticism is acceptable, that's fine. Like constructive criticism is also there, but have you faced negative criticism on your content? I know you must have, but what's the story behind it?
I think initially, negative criticism was there. Somewhere we have to push that negative, whatever negative vibes that you're getting from people, you have to push them away. And this is what I've always taught. And I've got negative comments when I started initially. But then if you focus on that, then you only focus on negativity. So that's why I stopped it. Whatever negativity is coming from the other end, I need to stop and I need to go on the positive side and meet the positive people and still be positive, because we have to go a long way, right? So, and there is criticism, I still get it. Like, Thomson, kya ek photo idhar post kiya, isse to ho gaya tera kaam. This is what we get. They think that they don't know what exactly goes behind that. That ek photo bhi na itna bada PDF aata hai. उसमें इतना बड़ा ब्रीफ रहता है, उसके अंदर वो शॉट कैसा लेना होता है, क्या फोकस में होना चाहिए, ये पूरा होता है उसके अंदर. That's when the shot has been taken, a video, whatever, photo.
So
They
people
have no clue. They just like
people just see the front side.
Yeah.
They don't see the back side. कि पीछे क्या कितना how much hard work you have done or what brands have given you the clause, because I know even I've worked with brands and I'm still working with brands, but before when I used to work with brands, I know how much clause and how much brief they give just to show that one product.
Exactly, on barter basis also.
On barter basis, right?
Even paid also barter also.
Paid, I can understand that they are paying me. Okay, fine, I understand. But even on barter basis, they need those points to be clear कि हाँ इतने ही points पे करना है. अगर नहीं match हुआ तो we'll reject it.
Exactly. Send the product back. You never what can
अपना
happen.
उतना time waste हो गया.
हाँ, पूरा time waste होता है ना. Like instead of you can give that 8-10 hours to somewhere else and you can earn money.
Yes.
But then 8-10 hours you're putting there and people think it's just a shot. No, it's not a shot. It's an entire brief that you've been sent. The brand has been sent. You're working on it. How the shot has to be taken. What's the backdrop. How the entire vibe of the shot, the toning, the colors, what should be used, what the outfit. It's everything they send it to you and that's how you arrange the entire shot. There's a lot goes behind the shot.
Guys, I'm going to put one reel of his, which is a very, very, like, I love this reel when he posted it. So I'm going to put it here and I'm going to ask him how they shot this reel and what struggles, what difficulties they faced doing this, because it looks like इतना अच्छा दिख रहा है. It looks so simple and so good, but people don't understand the hard work and the time that took to shoot and edit this reel. So Thomson, it's about the reel that I talked to you about.
It's a very nice reel. I loved it. It's my personal favorite. So me and Dexter, both of us worked on this reel, and we literally had to change 4 different locations because every time we were shooting it, something or other was distracted. One thing also distracts the frame. We can't edit it because it won't look that smooth.
Should be on steel frame.
Yeah, and also it won't look smooth, right? Something you will figure out. There will be a glitch, and that glitch we didn't want to show. So we literally shot for 4 different locations. Finally, we had to end up a plain shutter चाहिए उसके लिए. So nothing moves in the background. All I had to do is.
What's the duration it took? Like कितना time लगा shoot के लिए?
Shoot के लिए तो I think so नहीं 3-4 घंटा लगा रहेगा. Okay. But edit के लिए तो I think so it took us around 1.5 weeks.
1.5 weeks. Being an editor myself, I always see a video as an editor first and then as audience first. So audience next. So I know what goes behind doing editing things. So and I know Dexter as well since long time. So he's doing a fantastic.
He's also a talented person.
Yeah, man. Dexter, if you're watching this, then man, you are one amazing editor working for Thomson as well. So while shooting this reel, because I know how lighting works. Lighting is very important if you want to show different transition in one frame, in the same frame. So what was that difficulty you faced? Because you were like 3 of you. You shot this video 3 times.
Yeah. No. So basically, the thing is, we had to literally look for the person who had the same body, same height, and everything same, just not the face. So the face remained the same. The center person is not me.
Okay.
The center person was the similar looking guy who we had to find and place him there. And then we did the little rotoscoping came and placed the third person.
Because if you're showing 3 people in one frame, doing exact the same thing.
Yeah, interacting with each other. This has never happened.
Yeah. But the lighting also is very important, because if you're shooting in a 3 or 4 time, then of course lighting changes if you're shooting in a natural light. Exactly. So what was that thing you...
So whenever we shot, sometimes what happened is we're shooting around 4 and it's suddenly the sunlight is going off. So the entire video looks different, right? The first shot is different, second is different. So again the entire process goes back to 0. So lighting is very important. Like either you shoot in a certain place where the light remains the same consistently at the same point of time till next 3 to 2 hours.
So it's a very difficult task.
Yeah, it was a very
People think कि being and fashion influencer, हाँ कपड़े आ गए, shoes आ गए, पहन लिए, shoot कर लिया, upload हो गया, बस that's it. But जितना easy दिखता है ना उतना easy है नहीं. But people don't understand that. So Thompson, I'm going to ask you now. See, everyone has that dark phase in his life or her life. What was your one of the darkest phase where you felt that you wanted to give up?
I think if you give up in I think so when it comes to work, right? What influencing, giving up?
No, like anything that happens in your life where एक moment आता है जहाँ पे you see everything dark कि यार I don't see hope in life or I am broke or I don't know what to do in life or ऐसा हुआ है मेरे साथ कि I don't know how should I go further or what should I do. Something that has happened in my life.
I think the most sad part was like when in 2019 December, when all the brands wanted to work with me and there were contracts happening for the year. So the big money was involved. And so I decided I'll quit my job. And my family was against it. Because influencing is not something you depend completely on that. And in Feb, COVID happened. And that was a very sad part.
So you quit your job and then COVID happened.
Yeah, and all the contracts got cancelled. Because those brands were like all international brands.
Okay.
And those teams were supposed to fly here and sign and work it out, and all that was going to happen. And it was a big deal for me.
So how did you went through this phase?
So literally I dropped from here to straight down there. So that was the worst phase, I think. So till the COVID actually stopped, all the government restrictions came to.
So you were doing like actually
nothing. And that was a very dark phase that I had. And I thought that I would be not get back there. And
so you thought
this is going to fail big time. I literally thought about, and I started actually looking for jobs as well when the COVID phase was going on, because I think so. Yeah, this is not something I can do, and this is something I was thinking that I would do full time. But if something like this happens again, I can't be sitting on zero account balance. Yeah, but I overcame it, and it actually.
What was the turning point that you fell down and then you thought
the turning part was I think the turnaround was basically never give up quote is something that you think about. But somewhere I wanted to, but then I think so if I've come this way, I don't want to, waste any time thinking about that I'm gonna go more down. I think I'll just get up and start working on my thing. I'll create something inside the house, shoot inside the house, and I'll start doing the same thing what I'm doing. And
so then more brands will see it and then they may approach
you.
So
what happened is during the COVID phase when it's about to end, all these brands again got active. And there was a ray of hope for all these influencers where, had completely lost hope of, thinking that they'll go somewhere, they'll get somewhere. But then it happened, and then I think somewhere COVID is also the reason where not a lot of influencers started working on Instagram or started shooting on Instagram, started creating content on Instagram. COVID is something because everyone started and a lot of audience came on Instagram because of COVID also, because everyone was home. And I think so Instagram boosted also because of COVID also. But somewhere there was it's a bad thing also, there are pros and cons. So, but that was a very bad phase that in my life it happened. So.
You think that like being a content creator can be a full-time job?
Yeah, it is. Now it is. I think so. I know a lot of influencers who are just doing this. A lot of them.
So they're earning good amount of money. Like as per if I don't want to compare, but like as per the 9 to 5 job or something.
I think more than that. So If you know, in Japan and China, they have overtaken the celebrities, the influencers. They have literally overtaken the celebrities. So influencers in Japan and China have more value than celebrities out there. And India as a country is following the same module of influencer marketing, where it is gonna happen the same way. Somewhere, because nobody is gonna end up looking at the bigger screens, because everyone has a phone. Everyone wants to be in their comfort zone and watch whatever they want without paying anything.
Without paying anything. So now content creation is becoming a full-time job as well.
Yeah, it is a big time now, because what happened? The content creation apps are paying you. And by the way, Snapchat is also starting back. I have no idea. For us, Snapchat is dead. But
if I tell you very honestly, I was using Snapchat way back since 2015, and that time I created something called as geo filters. I created geo filters for our website.
Snapchat came into place for that only.
For photo sharing app.
Photo sharing app. Where it was Instagram is something, right? It's photo sharing app.
But now Instagram is not a photo sharing app. It's a video
platform. Because so Instagram, I shouldn't be talking about it, but Instagram got insecure about when TikTok came into place, because they took all the mass of India also and around the world also. And Instagram got insecure, and that is when they started playing the creators. That is when they started paying the creators. Because they wanted audience on Instagram.
So this was all
so they didn't want the audience to go to a different app creating different content. So they started paying creators because they got insecure because of the.
I know that Instagram doesn't want their people who are Instagram. They don't want these people to leave this app and go to some other.
That's why they started paying the influencers so that they can create content on Instagram.
And then TikTok got banned in India.
Yeah, and then they took the full advantage by starting the reel function.
Once the reel started and everything got boosted.
Yeah.
So coming to brands, which was your first brand that you worked? I will ask you two questions. One as a barter for the first time, and then one as a paid for the first time.
I don't think I remember first paid campaign, but.
What about first brand that you worked for barter?
It was Campus Sutra. It is a fashion brand. The first brand I worked with, and it goes back in again 6 years back, 6 to 7 years back. And I was very happy because we are just shooting for content, and somewhere we want brands to come, and this is the first time. So it actually gave me a get a kick or hit or a push. I should continue doing this. I think now also whenever I get brands, every day I get a new push, and every day it's a new challenge for you to work on different brands. Every day it's a new challenge, so it's very exciting. It's very exciting. Like I like to create my own content because that is something I love. Because I want to do something which I have seen somewhere and I want to create. This is my personal content creation. But when brands come to you, I want a new challenge also. कि इसको कैसे बहुत crazy way में बता सकते हैं Instagram.
More in your style.
Yeah, in my style as well, or maybe
or modifying the same content in your way.
Yeah.
That I've seen a lot of your reels.
Yeah. And I see you also working very hard. I think you will get there where you want to.
Hopefully.
One day you'll get there.
Started. I know how I started. So when we just talk about brand, so this is a good side of the brand. But any worst experience of working with brand? Because I know I have worked. I know that one thing that happened with me when I worked with one XYZ brand and they backstab and that shit. But what's your story?
As you mentioned XYZ, it's XYXS. It's a brand I had worked with, and we shot the content for them. It's an innerwear brand, okay, and the content got approved. we had to literally follow up every day because I had paid my photographers, I had paid my team for it, and we were following up. If the content doesn't go live on my Instagram, the invoice doesn't get raised. Invoice doesn't get raised, the PO doesn't get raised, the payment doesn't happen, and we are stuck. And there have been brands, there have been a lot of brands like there have been an agency called Buzzerati also, like which ended up paying me after 6 to 8 months. I don't think so that agency exists now. The agency must have been there. But that one brand had given me a lot of torture, because me and my manager we used to follow up every day because we have paid the people, right? And they never got back to us. Never got back to us. Never replied to any of our texts. And it never went live. Literally, I had to tag some other brand and put it to the picture because I had literally paid for it, right? So I just put it on Instagram without tagging the brand and tag some other brands. So your money is gone, your efforts are gone, your time is gone.
What do you want to say to the future content creators like fashion influencers who should not fall for this trap?
I think for now, what we have started doing is taking advance payment. That is the best thing. So once they confirm on the mail, we take a little bit of advance payment which covers the production cost. If that covers your production cost, what happens is even if they don't get back to you, you have covered for the team at least. Which I don't think so happens now. In India, influencer marketing has gone to the other level. So now it won't happen. Earlier it used to happen because it was not a big thing. Now it is on such a level that ASCI, advertising standards, they have got into it. The government is tracking all this. So now everything has been very, very strict now. So I don't think so now.
The government is getting involved in
with
the brands and the influencers. That if you're getting a paid promotion, you should write it's a paid promotion.
Otherwise you get a mail. I have got mail. So many times I've got a mail. They'll take action against me if I don't mention.
So do you think it's a good act by the government, or
it's a good act because for the people who are watching it, if people who are watching #ad, they know it's an ad. Why this is important? Because people eventually get influence कि सब free में मिल रहा है. अगर वो ad है, so that artist is getting paid for something you're promoting. They know he's promoting it. Earlier it used to be like ad नहीं कुछ नहीं है, तो ये इसको कैसे मिला ये क्या कर रहा है?
So there are always people who are questioning this.
So it doesn't put the audience in difficulty or in a thinking manner why what is this? We have no idea. But once the #ad promotion has happened, people have been clue कि this is a promoted.
So, Thomson, we talked about content creation, how brands approach you, how brands work with fashion influencers and with influencers. But there is one question that has been revolving around social media that people say a content creator and an influencer is a different person. What is your take on that?
See, basically, an influencer is someone who's influencing you. Maybe it can be influencing you in a way where you want to buy a product, which I like his sweatshirt, I want this, or I love his content, I want to do similar content. This is you're getting influenced by something. A content creator is someone who creates content on a level for that. A content creator is basically creating a content for his personal satisfaction. A content creator is basically a type of creator who creates content for maybe it can be anything like he likes auto or automobile. That guy is creating content around that category. Is someone who's a content creator. An influencer is basically influencing you to buy the product. He's basically not directly but indirectly. An influencer is someone who's influencing you maybe. So what we do is both of it. It's not exactly different terms, but it's almost the similar. A content creator who's an influencer also is doing both of it in one video.
because I have seen people, they are like,
It's-
यार मुझे content creation, मुझे call me a content creator, not an influencer, or vice versa. So
basically उसको content creation मतलब then he must be some other level of content creator, you know, so basically if you see any of the creators that you know, like, you know, who likes to create content, they want to say, oh, I'm a content creator. Influencer is someone they want to get, I'm not influencing people to, you know, मैं टॉमी पहना है या मैं जैकेट जून्स पहना है, so I want people to look at me and wear those. A content creator is someone who just creates content for his own satisfaction. He's not creating for others to get influenced. But it's almost a similar terms.
Similar terms.
What I do is content creation and influencing in the same video. Or
like it's like you're creating content, but your content is influencing people.
Exactly.
It's like, how will I define it? Like you're creating a content, okay? कुछ XYZ content create किया, लेकिन उसी content में से people are getting influence कि यार, you know, इसने ये पहना है उस content, उस video में, उसने ये है, वो है. I need to buy that thing. Or I
basically
need to,
you're influencing people to buy
thing. Or I need to make content like him.
Like if I look at some other people's content, oh, you know what? I want to get those outfits or whatever. But somewhere a content creator is creating a content and I want to use that is content creation. Right? You know, content creation. So a content creator is creating a unique content piece. Like even if I am creating one, and if the other person wants to do it, you can categorize. I think so. You can categorize both in one thing only. But then they just use it like, you know, I'm a content creator. But it's the same term. It's almost the same term because you know what happens, like influencing is something when you create content and you influence people to get it. Like, you know, you created something around fashion or you created some content on BMW. Oh fuck, I want that BMW. You are influencing him to get that BMW. But if you are influencing him to get that content, I want to do that content because I am not saying that he can't get that BMW, but it can be two categories, right? Anish, I want a BMW inside the video, or I want the content that he has done for BMW.
Got it. So this is how it works.
It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Content creation and influencing is the same thing. People just call content creation because it sounds cool. Influencing has become, you know, अरे यार
सब influencer बन गए.
सब influencer बन गया ऐसे.
तो मुझे वो tag नहीं चाहिए.
मेरे को tag नहीं चाहिए, मेरे को content creator बुलाओ. अच्छा लगता है सुनने. तो वो वैसा सीन हो गया है.
So any funny incident working with a brand you had?
Not funny incident, but very weird brands have approached me, you know, and it's very difficult to, you know, because like Thomson promote the Sheila Jeet for us. So imagine you're a limitless guy, you put athletic shots and you put all this, and then you have to talk about that your sexual power or your body is not that great or you're not that healthy, so you have to have it, and then you become, so the entire story behind the video was that you were not so amazing, but after you have that you become super nice or whatever, stamina or whatever, but then it makes no sense, right? Because if someone like normal lifestyle blogger would have been, not lifestyle, but a normal influencer who has nothing to do with athletics or adventure or something, you can't ask them to do ki, oh, your body is not that great or you're not that amazing or whatever, and suddenly with that you just get that power, you know, to whatever. So these brands are like very funny. It's like, I don't know, like
it's like
I don't relate to it because you know what, maybe certain influencers can relate to it, but my profile doesn't look like that, right? Like you can't be like super energetic, but you need Shilajit, so it's very funny.
I think it's like taking XYZ, powder, eating it, and then your height grows. You know?
Oh,
it's like that. It's like that.
Makes no sense.
Makes no sense. So, like, this is one of the
this is one of the very funny brands that I approached.
And you have rejected all such brands for like
We like not rejected, but we didn't like told them nicely ki, it doesn't go with the profile. It doesn't go with the profile. Like, it's not the money or anything that.
If I talk about money, I won't ask you the approx of thing, but like how much does according to you uh, a fashion influencer, full-time fashion influencer must be earning monthly or something
I imagine. See, it depends on influencers to influencers. Like,
this full-time content creator has he earns. That means it is a full-time job. Where people will think, if I want to go, I can choose this path if I want to earn money.
Yeah, like so now influencing has grown to the other level. Like people have lot of different apps. It's not Instagram also. There are so many. There is Moj, there is Roposo. There are so many apps where you can create a lot of content. Like even Flipkart, even Myntra, even Amazon. They have their separate apps now where you can go separately and create content on that app. So now that I'm exclusive with Myntra, I can't work with other e-com platforms. But you can go with any of the apps, like all these apps, and you can have a contract with this. So my friend has a contract with, I think so, Moj, and she makes around 6 lakhs per year from one app. So imagine she must be earning from different apps. So this
Of
is,
course, she must be not working with one app.
yeah,
multiple
obviously they
brands.
must be working with different apps. So it's just one app. Plus, she must be doing different brands. So there is a lot of money.
So there is money to make being a full-time content.
Yeah, obviously there is.
So
if you create quality content and brands love your work, they will pay you.
So continuing this thing, what is the thing, or what tips you want to give to those young content creators who wants to go in this field as a full-time content creators, like if they are thinking?
I think it's a very vast topic to talk on. First, we can go and talk about the content. First, you will have to categorize your niche, like how I have categorized fashion, travel, lifestyle, and auto. These four are my niche where I can go and create content and I know I'll deliver quality. First, you will have to think about all these categories which you want to set. So once you're set that okay, I just want to focus on these three, you're set with your thing. Then hire the best videographers, best video editors. First.
But people who can't afford, they won't start from basic for right now.
I think if
there are many apps where people can edit their own videos and everything.
Yeah, they can. So basically, if they start also from like normal shooting from the phone also and then editing from the phone also, I think they can get on all these apps that I just mentioned before, and they can start creating content at least for the start there. And then Instagram, I think so. Instagram algorithm you will have to study, research a lot, and now the current trend is or current algorithm is 6 seconds. So whatever you create for 6 seconds is gonna trend on your reels.
Only 6 seconds.
Only 6 seconds. So I can't create something for 6 seconds because 6 seconds में कुछ बता ही नहीं सकते.
What are your questions?
Yeah, but then if you're creating your own content, you can show 3 second transition and you can just finish it off. And people are doing it. People are doing it. 6 second reels. They all are doing it.
So it's all about short content form.
I think the short content form is working. You know it. You sit on the app and you just try and see how much time you spend on a reel. Not more than 5 to
6 seconds, right? Yeah.
Even if it's more funny, also you will still like. Okay. I just want to, So the 6 second thing is working. Whoever is making 6 second reels are working.
So people should know the trends that are going on.
Yeah, like they should be aware about how the algorithm also works for us. It keeps changing though. Like you can't figure it out. But I think so. If people really want to grow, do giveaways. Those who don't have that much money, it's a different thing. But giveaways is something that attracts a lot of traction towards your profile. And I just gave away a phone also. I got like 100 to 200 followers. I think more maybe, but even the promotion works. So I promote my content once in a month. And I get like 100, 200 followers from promoting the content. So I'll pick the best content piece and I'll promote it. So that they come on my feed and check more options for what they can do more. And so they stay on the feed. Also, I keep doing the giveaway where I want the audience to stay for the next giveaway.
Okay.
So retention is there.
Retention. Okay. So Thomson, to end this podcast, what's the final thing that you want to say, to the audience as a fashion influencer?
I think the final words for the influencers or the current generation who wants to do fashion influencing or travel influencing or whatever, just focus on the quality of the content and don't give up, guys. There is always hope, and always focus on a longer game. If you focus on shorter game, like okay, I just want to do it for today, यही करना है shoot, नहीं होता. Think from a longer perspective. Maybe today what content you are creating might be used after 2 years by any of the brand. They can come and pay. There are a lot of times that brands have come to me and they're like, Thomson, 2 साल पुराना भी हम लोग को चाहिए. We will pay. Just put it on our different app. So there are content pieces which I've created for Instagram. Today the other apps are asking for it and paying me for the older content. So think from a longer game. Don't give up and keep creating. That content can be used anywhere. So
you never know, your content may get viral in that.
Exactly. And content creation will not go waste.
So Thomson, thank you so much for
Thanks, Anish, for having me.
for coming and inspiring people who wants to.
I'm sure you'll get there, and I want that you get wherever you want.
Thanks, man. I really hope, fingers crossed. I'm trying my best. But thank you so much for coming and inspiring young content creators to do what they want to do in life in terms of being a fashion or travel influencer. And this is my second episode. The Fit Wanderer Stories with Thomson Sequeira. So Thomson, again, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in my next podcast. That is on episode 3. That will come out very soon. But thank you for watching this, and I'll see you. Goodbye.